Okay, so we should be back. We should be back. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see if we're back. Might be back. See here. Should be back. Don't know if the... Anyways, let me just restart the VOD in case I'm not back. So, hello YouTube and hello Twitch. Welcome back to episode 6 of the Super Duper Dreamland and Oxygen Not Included. So, you guys are back. Perfect. Okay, so you're just making your way back slowly. It looks like just had a bit of a... I think I unplugged my modem because my my wire is very... Did he kick us out of his house? No, I think I unplugged my modem when I tried to move my camera. Yeah, I made a mess. My modem cabling is... It's missing that little tab that's supposed to hold everything in place. So as soon as I have to replace the input tab of it, and currently my microphone wire, the way it's routed, it's touching my modem cabling. So anyways, it should be fixed now. Hopefully no more issues. I can move my mic now. Doesn't seem to be causing an issue. So anyways, welcome back. Hopefully you guys found your way back. Sorry about that little bit of a hiccup here. Just try to reload on my end the chat. There it is. All right, cool. So anyways, let me just say hello to everyone again. Hello, Elusive Traveler. Hello. Happy Sunday to you guys. Hello, Kevin, and hello, Sean. Welcome back, Uther. Uther was here in the first stream. Hopefully, Uther finds his way back. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And we're going to play about 2 hours or so of Oxygen Not Included. Probably going to get the Glossy Dreckos online this playthrough. So we left off on, I think it was Thursday, where we got our first Glossy Drecko egg, and we have to start planting our mealwood, actually bristle blossoms. So when this guy hatches, he has something to eat. So we'll go ahead and do that. Actually, let me just check. What water do I have in here? I probably have polluted water in here, so I got to clear that all out. So we'll do that. The storage. So how is everyone tonight? Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm going to try to sort of be a little bit fast here and get ahead, since I was very slow setting up the stream and I was also a little bit late. So, let's see. Yeah, hopefully everyone found their way back, and I don't know if that'll... Let me just take a look at my channel here and make sure. Well, there's an upcoming schedule for tomorrow, which is interesting. I don't know if I don't know if I came back on the correct what's it called, profile here, or the correct stream, but Yeah, I don't think I did. I think I came back on the wrong stream. That's kind of unfortunate. Let me see if I can just get in here real quick and change the... I don't think I can. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to live with the fact that I messed up the start. And we'll go from there. My first Darkness playthrough in a while is a 100 Demolier, and I'm seeing if I can make it 40 shots to make it in about 13 days. That is... Oh, I haven't tried the Darkness yet, but that sounds... that sounds pretty impressive. 100-day Demolier. That's quite the challenge, I think. I mean, I remember... Oh, if you guys remember, I tried the 100-day one, or the 100-cycle one, and it didn't end up going all that well for me. And then from what I understand from what you've told me, the Darkness is the one that makes things a little bit more difficult. I haven't even looked at that yet. This should all be free of polluted water now. Nope, still got some in here. I guess it emptied. I guess there was still some left in the pipe that it emptied back in. The Darkness has some significant penalties as well as the cosmetic effect. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. I'm gonna... Let's see here. Finding Seacom took so long, it was the hardest hurdle. Darkness not included. Oh, that looks kind of cool. If that's the screenshot of the whole thing, that looks pretty sick. Okay, so we got Gossman here running on the manual generator. We have our things growing here. All right, we got this thing built up. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is what we were working on before. I remember now. So I got to deconstruct this so I can get to this. This actually, maybe I can... No. We'll just deconstruct this. That'll be the easiest string. Relid is the one patch for the current version. Hey, Michael, how are you? Michael says, hello, are there Dreckos in Squelchy Map and Mule? Yes, there is. We actually got our first Drecko on the last stream, and we now have Glossy Drecko eggs. We actually have 2. So yeah, nothing here is from the printing pod or from the Printerceptor. Everything here has been natural to the asteroid. Speaking of which, I'll have to set up automation here very shortly, so I might as well just start that. Because this is going to be a huge pain if I don't. Let's see if I can try to overlap some of this. This is not the most ideal setup, obviously, because of the locations of everything. But if I could just... Yeah, this will get everything here. Just get these guys. And then we'll put a shipping receiver thing here. So it should be accessible to both of them. I'm hoping. Oh, we need to get our cobalt, our power situation under control as well, because we're starting to run low on cobalt. So I think what we'll do is... What was going on here that I wanted to do? I wanted to get all this. Okay, so I wanted to get this built like so. And then this has to go like this. Because I remember I wanted this pool of water gone. And once it goes, I can tame this volcano here. And was I supposed to? Oh, I forgot what my plan was for here. This was so long ago. But yeah, the darkness. So it looks really cool. So from what I understand, just from looking at this, these screenshots, you need to light your base. So you basically see what your duplicates would see without the game being lit up. Everything is just dark unless you actually have a source of light, like a shine bug or like whatever, like the printing pod, I'm assuming, and then you have to build a bunch of little lights everywhere, which is pretty cool. I mean, it makes sense that it would be that. I'll take the lumlet. Actually, okay, no, I'm not taking P, that's for sure. Josh wasn't too bad. I mean, at this point in the game, it doesn't really matter. I would like to have another one. I have more than enough food. Actually, the Swampy Delights are 66 berry sledge. I have gristle berries, so Joshua wouldn't be too bad. Some helmets too. Oh yeah, that's right. The helmets give you light. The helmets give you light. I think Joshua wouldn't be too bad. He just has like, I don't really. Yeah, I'm gonna take the lumlet. I'll take someone else who has a little bit better stats on other things. Okay, so this one seems like it's going okay. 3,000. Okay, that's all good. Oh, that's I keep forgetting to give my duplicates helmets, by the way. They mostly all have them except for, but that's really cool that they decided to add that helmets even give you light. They just really thought of everything, didn't they? So yeah, I think what I was trying to do is dig all this out so I make some room for myself to build this volcano. And then this is really easy. I just have to go like this. Probably 5 tiles is good. So we'll build something like that. Dig all this out. And that will keep our metal production going, basically. So we'll do something like this. And then, yeah, they can get up here like that, dig all that stuff out, and then we'll start building this. I guess we'll see if this is going to be floaty when we open it up. And then the point of this was so that I focused more on sending the water up here, because otherwise I don't really care about this area so much right now. This is more important to me. I can always actually let's close that out, because I want to build this first, get over the hump, and then if I have to drain this water in here, it's very easy. Let's do that. Let's put that there. Yo, Drecko time. Hey, Stringer, what's up? How are you doing, Stringer? How was everyone tonight, by the way? Hopefully you guys are doing great. So, enjoying. You had a great weekend. Enjoyed your time. Stringer, when's the next video? I didn't see. I don't know if you've uploaded today. If you did, I haven't been on YouTube, but I haven't seen a new video in a couple days. Keep going with steel, I suppose. Oh no, because we were waiting on power. Waiting on power. Okay, this thing. We have to start fixing our wiring as well. Actually, I featured some of this in the new video that I made, and I'm just what a mess it is at this point. And I'm just sort of starting to do that, what I was talking about in the video, like moving everything outside. This is a little bit different than usual though, because usually I'm not dealing with plugs. Plugs are sort of new in my gameplay. So I had a bunch of power. I have a bunch of batteries in here just to kind of heat the base up. And then in addition to that, I have the heavy watt wire running through the plugs, obviously, so they can charge the batteries. So then I just kept going with the heavy watt wire. in various other directions, just to continue, just so I didn't have to build a lot of transformers early on. So now I'm in the process of reworking all that as well. Good, working on Minecraft nonsense. New video tomorrow. Been distracted by Minecraft. Got to get back in schedule. Well, that's all right though. I mean, Minecraft is there's a huge. Do you make? I haven't seen any of your Minecraft videos. Are you uploading Minecraft regularly or? Let's see. I thought I saw that you've had some before. You have like a playlist or something. Yeah, you do have a playlist of Minecraft. Yeah, I'm not that big into Minecraft, so I haven't seen any of the Minecraft ones, but I've been watching the Oni ones. I think I told you this, but I usually have long videos like that in the background. So if I'm like doing something, I just have voices to listen to. So Ani is really good for that because I kind of know. Oh, this is a volcano, not a copper. Where's my copper at? Oh, it's right here probably. I think this is the copper. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so let's get this online. So I really like having your videos on just when I'm doing random things. I guess, yeah, I don't care about that anymore. Let's go down here and get access to this. I guess that means, yeah, we'll be destroying some of the sleet wheat, which I'm not too... You know what? I kind of don't want to destroy the sleet wheat. Let's go this way on this side. Keep the sleet wheat intact for a little while longer. And in the process, we'll get some of this cobalt as well. It's a little bit unnecessary to go that far, but that's okay. So we'll do that. I'll get access to all this cobalt in addition to what we already have queued up down there. Just basically go straight up like that. And there's also another water volcano up there. So a water geyser, I should say. So I could just let everything drop into a main pool. Stringer says, I do Minecraft videos of mod packs. My community is on a new mod pack, Cisco's RPG, but I opted out of recording it so that doesn't feel like a chore to play. That makes sense. You gotta have a little bit of fun. If you make everything part of your YouTube, then it probably starts becoming more of a chore than just something that you can have fun with. Get that water drain too. And then as soon as we have more bigger bank of bristleberries, not gristle, but bristle, we'll start making some what am I trying to say? More berry sludge. So many berries all over the place. Hard to remember what I'm trying to talk about. Okay, now we're going to build with some lead, and I believe that the lead that we're using, since we have access to all this, is going to be quite hot. The problem is that the lead's going to take a long time to get here. But the benefit will be that we should inject just a tiny bit of heat into our base. Not a whole lot, but probably enough that it'll give us a tiny bit of boost into the amount of heat that is here. That's just, before we start destroying all this, let's get our duplicates to finish everything first. Unreachable food. Looks like someone's stuck. Okay, Amari, you have a full bladder as well. Oh, man. You build that? No, you can't. What do you have around you that you can build with? Obsidian. Can you build an obsidian ladder for me, please? All right. Please don't pee your pants. That will be very annoying. Perfect. Would lead in a storage water let you build up quality cooled metal? Yeah, I think so. Because lead is I mean, that's kind of how it's almost similar to how I cool my metals usually, where I just run it through a block of metal that is being constantly cooled by water. So if you have a water storage like this one, that is actually pretty cool. I could probably do it in here. Maybe it would help heat the water up slightly, but since I'm bringing in so much cold water, it would probably cool it along the way. Let's try some of that. Let's put a metal storage here with some lead. That's a really fantastic idea. If I could warm up this water a little bit without having to inject a lot of heating into it. Right now, I mean, I could just run this through all this piping, but it's doing all right just warming up this area. The batteries are doing really good too. They put out a ton of heat. Okay, these guys are happy. That's all that matters. Happy, happy, happy. Okay, we can put on eggs here. And then, oh. Let's see, Glossy, Drecko, and Drecko. And then we'll have to start a little ranching area as well. So this is all very temporary. We'll build something a lot better later. But I just want to get this process up and going. So I actually have some plastic to work with. Obviously, I don't think I would leave it in a mess like this over the course of a long period of time. So yeah, we're going to try to get this done just to get some plastic, lead, and all this stuff. Also, I have polluted water here. I hope this doesn't have germs in it. Doesn't appear to be, because I want to get rid of it as well. So this will pipe into here like that, and then we'll put in polluted water just to get all the polluted waters from around the asteroid here. Maybe we'll put it on sweep only just in case they start bringing stuff that I want them to. Okay, let's get all this and all that. These are annoying too. As much as I like the plugs, I really just don't want them to be... The hydrogen part of the plugs really makes me not like them as much as I probably could. So no lead yet. There we go. Yeah, it cools almost right away. It's really nice. That is really nice. All right. Oh, I really don't like floral scents. Otherwise, I'd probably take ruby. Just not a fan of that. Okay, so let's do Digger Bert. I think that would be a fantastic person to take. And then, yeah, we got to keep going here. Got to keep going. My fault. I should have made this a little lower. Okay, deconstruct. Make sure there's no power wires here. Also, I only make one slug ranch. Yeah, I'm not feeling like... I don't think I'm going to make more than one. Well, later in the game, I think the critters... if I have like too many critters, I think it probably is more of a detriment to my frames per second than not. I don't know if that's actually the case or not. I should probably test that. That'd be interesting. But I like to try to limit my critter production. Hydrogen makes more power. You just have to manage your... Yeah, this is not the best management. This is definitely not the best. I mean, I like that these guys just kind of put out a lot of power and I don't really have to do anything to them. This is a very basic, but an okay way of handling the situation. This is not the best filtering. I mean, this is kind of... this is just really scuffed in terms of what's going on here. But I mean, this works. It's not very robust, but it seems to be working. Speaking of all the hydrogen that I'm making, I think now is a good time to maybe just turn this up a little bit. Maybe I want this to be a kind of a low threshold so that it's only turning on when these batteries are almost depleted. And then I just charges the whole base. Well, actually, I don't even have to charge the whole base because by that time the plugs usually, it's usually time for them to go to sleep anyway. Okay, let's open this up and see what's going on. So we have a minor volcano here. Take all this out. And in fact, maybe we'll do a row underneath. They can't build. Get a little bit of a liquid locks forming here, so I'll just open that up. And then as far as this goes, we'll have something like this set up with the volcano. I don't know. Where do I want to build this? I mean, I guess in the long term case, I would rather have this built, yeah, this way. But for now, just to drain the water out, it'll be fine to do it like that. See how the water is doing down here. It rose by about 1 degree as far as I can tell. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was same. I'm not sure. Yeah, but the lead's pretty good. It's 23 degrees, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's keep building over here. Try to get all this done at some point. Oh, by the way, at the end of the stream, or nearing the end of the stream, rather, we'll do a little segment where we go over some builds that people, or some asteroids that people have sent me. So that'll be kind of interesting, I think. William has submitted a petroleum boiler. Oh, what's going on here? Not sure why that would be broken. Oh, it's the wire. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, William has submitted a petroleum boiler. That's pretty cool, using the Escher waterfall. So we'll take a look at that if William is here. If not, I think we'll still take a look, but we'll just more gloss over it instead of do a full. I think it'd be better if he was here for the whole thing. So we'll just look at it, and then next stream, if he's here, we'll go over it in more detail. But it's pretty cool. And then a person on the Discord who goes by 3 different names. See here, which one did I choose to? Actually, I have his name right here. And we're gonna go over Cillian. That's the person. So Cillian also submitted a very cool asteroid, which we'll take a look at as well near the end of the stream. So we'll do that later on. But for the time being, we're just gonna keep plugging away, trying to get farther ahead. Is it worth going in here and getting all this water? I mean, it will be in due time. Just wondering if I should do that now. This is dormant. Ooh, okay. This might be the perfect time. Might be the perfect time to go into it. Let's copper volcano. So I'm gonna just make a save here in case this thing starts erupting, because I think now is the perfect time to start building the infrastructure around it. So we're gonna kind of speed run this if we can. Leave that open for now. Hey Jim, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing tonight, Jim? We're just plugging away at our copper volcano here. It's currently dormant, so I made a save because I'm hoping that it can stay dormant long enough for me to finish this build. And then we'll have access to unlimited copper. Good. Playing Samani? Perfect. Sounds like a great time. Playing Samani and hanging out. Everything is good. Trying to get a couple difficult achievements on this wet-ass rock. Which ones are you missing, Jim? Where's my sweep function? I keep getting confused at this layout because of the blueprint menu. I didn't have it installed for maybe the first 100 or so cycles because I did something with my game, and then it got flipped again to the vanilla version, and then once I reinstalled the blueprint mod, it flipped back to the blueprint version. So I'm all over the place with I'm all over the place with that. Let's see here. We want to put a shipping thing here. Probably here is fine. I unfortunately can't build it right now because I got that in the way. I wonder if I should go one higher with all this. I think it wouldn't be too bad of an idea. I have access to go all the way up here. Now I have to rebuild this. Rebuild this, remove this. I'm out of steel, obviously. Right there. And then mine all this out before. Mine the gap, GMA, AOK, Critter Whisper, and the research reactor. Oh, the research reactor one. I still have to get that one. Sounds like you're almost done. No, that's pretty nice. Almost there. I really should have not. Now my duplicants have to move all this stuff out of the way. I really should have just made the floor after I was done everything. Now I have to sweep it up. I don't think I need it to be this long. I think this is pretty adequate. Just need an aqua tuner in this area. I really don't want to. Just again, I don't want to open that sleet weed up if I don't have to. Just keep naturally producing because it's kind of a pain in the ass to get the sleet wheat growing when it's domesticated, since it has to be so cold. So, would prefer not to have anything to do with that until I don't know if my duplicants can get to it. I think they should be able to. Okay, this is dormant for the next 23 cycles. Perfect. Well, I know what I'm doing for the next 23 cycles. I'm gonna get this online. Maybe build the cool one. We'll build it one over. So this is gonna be the pretty typical way that I like to tame a volcano. Nothing fancy here. Gonna go up and over, and then get the steam. I really need plastic for the steam turbines, but at least in the meantime, I can just apply some water and hopefully cool everything enough. Let's get everything up on very high priority though. And then, of course, we're going to be building radiant liquid piping here. I might have to do this out of lead. I guess I can do copper. No, we'll go like this. Just keep things simple. Like that, and then we'll go like this. No, actually, these will be like that. And then we'll have probably conductive panels there for the steam turbine. Pretty typical one that I like to build. Cool, the copper there. This is kind of in the way now, but that's okay. Yeah, copper is going to be a little bit low on the copper. Let's just worry about everything else first. What is this? Obsidian? That should be okay, though. Should be all right. I should put this on top. Now, eventually we'll bust through and we'll get access to all this sleet wheat. But for now, it's just growing naturally, which is great because I can make blossoms or gristle, whatever. Okay, I think one of these people I can take. So Camille, I don't really like snores loud, but this is a very yeah. You know what? We'll just soundproof the walls. Already 70% athletics, so I don't have to train them, and they have tier 3 digging, and plus they're going to get an additional skill point when I take them. I think I'll take Camille for sure. Let's see. Let's give Camille. Get her going on, I guess, hard digging. That kind of complements her just being a digger. Stinky, I can probably give exosuit training now. I really don't want them to be mad at me. So I'm usually pretty hesitant to do all that. Also, suit sustainability training for our new person, Gosman. Ellie, I don't think Ellie has to leave very much because she's a farmer, but we'll give her that as well. Bert is already going to be pretty mad. And an auto should also have suit sustainability training. Now, a lot of these duplicants that spend time inside the base, I really have to start. Yeah, let's do that. They should be able to get more positive decor from just hanging around here if I actually built up my decor. But I just don't have anything built up. Let's see if I can research something to that effect. I already have statues. Pretty easy. Let's do a large sculpture block just in a couple random places. Oh, by the way, how's my Hydra doing? I forgot all about the Hydra. Hydra's doing pretty good. I mean, we have pretty good, I think. What was it? What was it that I was trying to prevent from happening here? I have my piping done. I can deconstruct that. I have my piping all finished. Because this would help out a lot. My duplicants don't have to come here and load this all day, every day. So I have my hydrogen pretty much done. Oh, it was maybe just keeping this from overheating. I think that'll be fine. Let's just turn this on. I have plenty of water. Yeah, so I think I should be okay. So let's get some oxygen going here. And then if this is above, we'll say, yeah, 2000. We'll turn the pumps on. Automatically, it should turn on. That'll fill my Atmos suits. And Atmos suits I don't really care about anyways, because Atmos suits, they can handle the hotter temperatures. And my base is typically pretty cold, so that might be okay to turn those on as well. Oh, I don't need a second one. It's already on. I need power. Kevin says, I place insulated walls to the left of that storage bin by the sleet wheat. Yes. Good point. Good point. I was hoping the obsidian would do a lot of work here. But it does look very precarious. Plus, not to mention, I'm gonna build a wall there anyway in the future, so I'll just build the whole wall. Just build the whole wall. Deconstruct that. Sweep all this. See, make sure we didn't sweep any germs into our main bin here. We did not. Yeah, this is not ideal for them having to go back in there, but it's because they're trying to sweep everything up from here. Oh, by the way, is anyone available for decorating? Should be Hassan. Oh, yeah, Gossman can do it. I don't want, because Hassan's actually doing other things. So turn Hassan off. Gossman is the one who can come and do all that stuff. They should be able to do that. Do they need skills for this? No, I don't think they need skills for the large sculpture. Okay, we'll leave that for now. Get all this moved to 7. I need to vacuum this out too, so I gotta be kind of quick here. Yeah, 21 cycles. Okay, let's actually get let's start to boogie on this. So I don't want to have an issue where I can't vacuum it out in time. I need to get power here too. So, oh boy, power's pretty far away. All right, time to build some heavy watt wires. Put it, suppose I'll put one up here. Something like that. Bring the heavy watt wire up. Would it have been better to go that way? No, not really. I need to come in here anyway for the steam turbines. So that's not that big of a deal to do all that extra work. And then we'll get the power going here this way. Oh, you know what? Let me just... Why is it doing that? Oh, okay. I think it would be better if I just go with heavy watt conductive. Let's see if I have enough lead to do that. That's okay. That'll work. Oh, I can't because I don't have electronic engineering yet. All right. I keep forgetting about that. Or electrical engineering or whatever. Okay, we'll just rebuild the whole power system at some point. Okay, I need this done ASAP. It's like the most important right now. And then while all that is going on, maybe we'll also build a liquid lock here. And this should kind of probably be oil. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. And in fact, I'm going to take out all this, put this in here like so. And we'll kind of we'll have a little opening like that. And then we'll get this to go around. Like this. There we go. Temporary setup. Very, very temporary setup. Oh, probably not. That is probably not what I want to use here, but I'm using it only for... No. We'll go with steel. We'll destroy it afterwards, so I don't think... Oh, not steel. I wanted to do... lead for up here? Okay, let's get this done, this done. This I don't really care about here. So forget that. This needs to be done ASAP. And all this. I don't know why I just... that should have stayed there, actually. I didn't have to destroy that. Okay, now we're going to sweep all. Also got to get this swept up. Gonna remove the sweep errands here. Oh, they're already done. Okay, perfect. Just gonna remove those sweep errands like that. Another glossy Dreco egg, which we can put here. These guys are gonna be cramped pretty soon if we don't start doing that. I don't know if... Oh, this it does require a skill. It's okay. We'll leave it for now. Does it give us any bonus if we don't change it? Yeah, that still gives us a little bit of a bonus. Pending large sculpture. Oh, and I have to complete this as well. Let's see. Maybe put a door here for the time being. Because inevitably these are going to hatch soon. I'm going to forget about it and they're going to be all over the place. Oh. And the blossoms. Now the blossoms, I can take water from here. See how the base is doing now with the heat. Okay, the oxygen is 24 degrees. That's probably perfect, actually. So the cooling, need to mop up the polluted water. Yes. Yes, I need to mop up the polluted water. Thank you for reminding me. Before they close it off. And then I should probably get a little thing in there. And then what else? I'm gonna have to fill this with just water for the time being, or maybe polluted. Yeah, just water. Polluted water is probably not the smartest idea if I'm vacuuming it. I do have oil, I think. Yeah, I do. I guess I could use oil. I just have to... It's so far away. I can't mop any of this up. With a pitcher pump. It doesn't melt. Just everything is happening. Okay, they can only come up from there now. Let's get the power steel hooked up to here. That's built out of steel, right? This is... Okay, so I have 2 steels there. That's fine. I'll keep that. I need a pitcher pump here. Just move the bottles and empty them. Yeah, I can just do that as well. I need to get that mod that just empties everything. Or that like multiple select or whatever. Okay, I can get in here now that since these guys have stopped allowing themselves access. Get in there this way. No point in vacuuming until I get that mopped up anyway. Deconstruct this. And we'll start moving the oil, but we'll also put a bottle emptier. see who we got. I'll take the copper for now. I don't like the decreased construction, and decreased colors is okay, I think. I probably could handle it at this point, but it's just the principle of it. Still can't put the eggs there that I don't want there. Oh, that's what I need this to be number 9, the relocate command. Maybe we'll make a steel door here this time. So I can just stop my duplicants from coming in here without having to break down a wall. This can go. Everything here is done, but I need these ladders intact so I can get back up here afterwards and build the conveyor belt. But right now I don't want to. I want to make sure that everything else gets done. Grab the polluted water, my friend. There we go. And this might overpressure if I don't open it up a bit. Let's do that first. Right, put this back that I destroyed. And we're pretty much... I mean, I guess I could have moved this over. Not had it right in the way of where I want the shipping. I guess it doesn't matter. Shouldn't be too big of an issue. Actually, we wanted to... most of the cooling happens here. Yeah, it's kind of even out. So it doesn't really matter. Nice. Conveyor chute right there. And that's all after the fact. Obviously, I want the top done first. And then I want everything inside done ASAP. Yeah, we're starting to get overpressure, so hopefully this little bit of water, a little bit of juice on top of that can fix that. Should have moved the bottle emptier here. So the little drop of oil can go right there while I'm filling it up. There it is. Cool. Oh, the oil. No, there's oxalate there. Move this stuff too. Hurry up. Didn't work. How many more? 18 cycles? Okay, we should get this vacuumed out. I just need to... hopefully this little bit of water will block the... will block the vent. If not, it's going to be kind of annoying. Is there... it's kind of a scuffed way of doing it, but whatever works. And we can start, okay, we can start the metal tiles as well. See, we'll make some copper. Actually, which one has the higher? Let's see the stats of these two things here. We got and then gold. I think they're both pretty much the same, yeah. We can always rebuild it out of aluminum once we get access to aluminum. Or more cobalt actually would be the right play there. So it's blue. But for now we'll build copper. Okay. This should be enough oil, I think. Put a door in here. Is it worth putting a door? Now I'm kind of thinking Hey, what's up, Harley? Harley Games. I like that username. Happy New Year, Harley Games. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Thanks for joining the stream tonight. Harley Games, are you doing any gaming anytime soon? We have okay. I was making sure we had enough beds. For a second, I thought I didn't have enough beds to to go around for all my duplicants. Okay, we can remove this now, and let's keep digging on this. Keep digging over here. Finally got back into the routine somewhat. My kids don't want to sleep. Sleeping pills. I'm just kidding. Hopefully you'll get some time pretty soon. I'm just gonna close the cam. I gotta itch my nose. I should have muted the mic there too. What games are you going to be playing, Harley? That was quick. We got all this vacuumed out. I hate Harley Bakes Cake. I've been trying to find a new name. This is going to have to work for now. Tried a bit of Fortnite again this week. Tried a bit of Hogwarts Legacy. Trying a new game called Vane. How's Fortnite these days? It's literally been years since I've played Fortnite. You're always more than welcome to join the Oxygen Not Included community. It wasn't a nose pick. It was like an exterior. What's it called? Like when you just rub your nostrils together. Just bugging. No, I know. Just in case anyone else thought that was a full finger nose dip. It was just an exterior. No, it's when your nose hair starts to go white, you know you've gotten too old. Mine are starting to go white. I circulate the metal in the steam chamber until it cools a bit. Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I usually do that too as well, Kevin. I just don't have. I guess I could use gold amalgam. I guess it's not gonna. I usually just overbuild with steel. But let's do gold amalgam. That's thanks for that. Thanks for that, Kevin. We'll go this way over the aqua tuner. And we'll just kind of go like this, I guess. There we go. Up and over and then down. No. I guess I'll build the bottom out of steel just in case it touches the volcano. Hold on here, I'm a little bit... There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Holy smokes, that took a long time. Harley says, Fortnite is not the same as it used to be, but they added more options now. Once in a while, it's decent. Hey, Malot Key 89, what's up? Hey, man, been a long time since I've been here. Hey, as long as you're enjoying yourself, enjoying the VOD, or enjoying the live stream, you can come back whenever you like. Thank you for coming by. How are you? Happy New Year to you, Malot Key. It should stay less than 200 once the steam gets going and the steam turbine is on it. You really only need steel if you're building over the volcano itself. That's true. It's a good point, Jim, because my builds usually, when I monitor them, they never get that hot. So you are right. Malotki says, "Could you show me if you deal? Could you show me how to deal if all the power cables are around? Power cables decor around 200 to 500 a day." All the are you talking about like the heavy watt wires causing a lot of negative decor? Sorry, I'm just trying to better grasp. Are you talking about like how the negative decor from the heavy watt wire is like this, like minus 337? I usually build a bunch of temper. Yes, exactly. I'll get you to that one second. Kevin says I use iron ore runway from the volcano. What does iron melt at compared to gold? Gold is basically 1100. Iron is... I can never remember all this stuff. Oh, it's 1500. Okay, not too bad. Okay, well, we'll see. Okay, actually, gold is... They haven't delivered anything yet. Oh, they have delivered it all. That sucks. You know what? I'm gonna use gold anyways because I need the iron ore for steel until I can get a more reliable source. So it's all right. It's all right. Well, let me get to your question in 1 second, Mr. Merloki. That's a really easy one to help you with, and I'd be more than happy to. Put this in here because I need to get water in here. This thing has 15 cycles. Okay, cool. Really, really easy situation, Melode Key. All you have to do is move all these power wires outside of your base so that the inside of your base where your duplicates spend most of their time, they're not constantly exposed to it. So let's see if I can show you an example of how morale kind of works. So see how when I hover over the green morale, it says the last cycle's decor is mediocre, so they only get a +1. So some of them, see how it says last cycle decor is ugly? So they're spending more time in very negative areas, so it gets them a very bad decor bonus or a negative decor bonus. So as long as you move your power cables like on the outside of your base, the exterior, and not on the inside, you'll be fine. And then for the inside, if you notice the conductive wires, keep picking the wrong thing. The conductive wires actually don't contribute anything at all to the decor. If you go and hover over the regular wires, everything's a little bit different. So the regular wires are -5 within a 1 tile radius. The conductive wires are 0. So you can run your heavy watt wire inside of the base, but if you do that, try not to run it in an area where they're always going to be walking, such as up and down the main shaft of your base. Like if you have to build a separate shaft on the exterior just for the heavy watt wires and then run the heavy watt wire there. But at that point, you might as well just run it on the outside. And then you come into your base using transformers. So you just tap off your heavy watt wires with transformers on the outside of your base again. And then that's how you bring your conductive wire in. That's usually how I manage that. Let me just check on this before I get back to you. I'm going to try to mop this up and not mop up the oil. Wish me luck. Actually, I'll close this just in case. Perfect. That was a nice little addition, I think. And then yeah, I need to get some. I need to get plastic now because this is not going to help. This is not going to work very good if there's no plastic. So I need a polymer press with the petroleum. I don't have petroleum. Okay, I need this done ASAP now. Just need a little bit of plastic. All right, let me catch up with the chat. Harley, what I meant to say earlier is you're more than welcome to join the Oxygen Not Included community. And if you're looking for something to play, we'd be more than happy to have you on board. Let me just go back here. The best answer is to try to build them where you're... Yeah, exactly, Jim. Yep, exactly. I usually build my main power grid on top of my main shaft, but I regret it. I saw people trying to avoid that later on. Yeah, early on it doesn't really matter too much because your duplicants' skills, they don't have enough skills to really need to build it elsewhere. But as soon as you want to start leveling your duplicants up and you have to try to combat that negative decor penalty, it's really tough. And then Jim was just saying don't go down the main stairs. That seems really clean, but need plenty of material. Oh, okay. So the material thing, my load key, is really, really easy. At this stage of the game where I am, don't worry so much about having this wire in your base. Like it's gonna have to be there. It's not that big of a deal. Eventually, you will have plenty of wire that you can build using the lead at the very bottom of your base. And actually, that's what I should be doing right now because all I literally have to do is train somebody to do it. Would be electrical engineering. So I could train Rancher Harold. Although, do I want Harold doing that? I'd rather have Gossman doing that. But Gossman can't leave the base just yet because he's very, very slow. So you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. But basically, to build the heavy watt conductive wire, all you need is electrical engineering. And you have plenty of lead at the bottom of your asteroid that you can use for that. So don't worry about the materials too much because even these heavy regular wires made out of non-refined metals, I usually rebuild all these out of lead anyway, because that gives me a whole bunch of non-refined metals back. So that's kind of how I approach that. Hey Emma, how are you doing? Shouldn't you also get a little bit more decorations so they can get bigger bonuses? Yes, absolutely. You don't have to leave it for later. I choose to leave it for later, but by all means, start putting some decor. Right? Actually, Gossman should be... is Gossman the one who can do art? Who can do artsy stuff? Is that who I selected? Where am I trying to click here? Gossman. Yes, Gossman is the one who I selected to be a good decorator. So while Gossman is doing nothing in the base, let's give him art fundamentals so we can start doing this. So yeah, you can do it as soon as you want, Emma, but just... keep in mind that it may not be worth it if you have to relocate a bunch of your base. Like in here, for instance, there's a lot I'm going to be relocating. So I'm not too concerned. That's why I just threw out some sculptures for now. And inevitably, I'll have to move those. But yeah, you can do it as early or as late as you like. As long as your duplicants are meeting their skill threshold, it doesn't really matter when you do it. Like you can go the whole game and not have one piece of decoration, but your duplicants might not be very happy. You might not get their sparkle, like their balloon bonus or sparkler bonus or whatever. So I hope that helps, Emma and Emma Lodkey. Hopefully those are both reasonable tips. And yeah, Jim is absolutely correct as well. So once you tame a metal volcano, you have plenty of copper or iron or whatever available to you. But keep in mind that you do have plenty from the bottom of your base in the form of lead. So yeah, that's pretty much all that. And then okay, I need oil here. What do we have? Petroleum, nice. We have our first bit of petroleum. Let's start doing this, and then let's put up some more crude oil in here. Enable auto bottle. So we gotta get this going so we can build a steam turbine. Hopefully I have that researched. That'd be quite annoying if I don't have it researched. I thought I had this researched. You kidding me? Oh no, what am I missing? Where's my... What? What? I do have it researched. Oh, because there's not enough plastic. Okay, okay. I'm not used to having no plastic. Harley says, I'm attempting to learn a bit by watching your videos, but I don't know if my brain can handle it. Well, you know what? You can always live stream it and we'll help you out. Okay, Camille can be upgraded. So I think she would do well with that. She's already a really fast runner, so I don't have to... yeah, she's already pretty useful to my base. We do have people standing around though, so let's keep going. Let's keep digging here. What's this? A mallow? Is it possible to not have oil biome on a... Yeah, that's true. That's true. You cannot. And indeed, once before I started YouTube, I got a roll with not having any oil, and I literally just reloaded, like started a new asteroid. Hey, Chewy, thank you so much for the raid. Holy smokes. Welcome to some oxygen not included gameplay. Hello everyone. Appreciate that. How are you tonight, Chewy? I assume you were still streaming from earlier. I hope that your stream went well. Hello. And by the way, Happy New Year to you guys and you in the chat. I don't know if I said Happy New Year to Tara yet, but I think I did in your chat, but not sure if I said Happy New Year to them in mine. So Happy New Year to Tara and the rest of the chat. Appreciate you guys joining. We'll be online for another hour or so, and then we'll do a little thing where we look at other people's bases and oxygen not included and all that stuff. Got to go to work tomorrow, unfortunately, so can't be online too long. Yeah, it was almost 12 hours of a little pause. Hell yeah, that's awesome, Chewy. I have to think about that. LOL. Jim says, but I personally only ever play on classic, in part because I don't want to have to go to the second planet just to get oil. Yeah, that's a fair point, I would say. Absolutely a fair point. We still need more plastic. 60 kilograms. Oh, that's not what I meant to click. Let's put plastic on our thing here. I mean, I was planning to do another classic run because I do miss playing classic a lot. I think that would be kind of fun. In particular, I wanted to go back and look at some of my old playthroughs and make a video about like fixing the bases. You know what I mean? Like I had this series that I used to on YouTube where I tried to like give advice to people on Reddit who posted their asteroids. Not that they probably saw the video, but it was just kind of fun. Kind of something fun to do. And then I think I could apply that to my old bases as well. Be something that'd be kind of interesting to do at some point. And a lot of my old playthroughs, actually I think all of my old playthroughs are on classic. So Be interesting. So this is all done. I need to get what am I trying to do here? Let's dig this out too. Give ourselves some more space here. I need to finish this plumbing, which we'll do conductive. Yeah, we'll do conductive with. Put 2 steam turbines there. Delete this. And I have to fill the water pipe. So let's do this. Let's put a bridge here. I need to put this liquid pipe thermal sensor right here. We have to we'll use iron for this. We'll take, as per Kevin's recommendation. I think it's a good call. Well, actually, steel's not too bad for here. And then we'll say above. I like how it always defaults to 69. I don't know if that's intentional or what, but it's just... I like it. Sorry, missed a couple. Holy smokes, missed a whole bunch here. Let me go back a little bit. Sorry, my load key. One more question, if I may. The other real problem I have is how do you deal with precise cooling of your base? Whether I use aqua tuners or cool slush geysers tend to overcool my base. That's a really good question, and I just did a video that kind of touches on that. It doesn't really explain too much, just because it was more of a rapid fire tips video. But basically, this is how I cool my base. TLDR. I have a Hydra that this Hydra is not being cooled currently, but it is. It does have provisions to be cooled. So I cool the oxygen that is inside the Hydra, and that gets cooled to a precise temperature because of the aqua tuner and the thermal sensor here. But I usually overcool the oxygen, so it's like 5 degrees Celsius, and I send that into my base where I'm already making a lot of heat from other different sources. So it's kind of like a balance. Oh, someone got stuck. Dude. Hold on here. Can you make this? Is there anything here you can get to make this out of? Granite. There you go. You're stuck too, aren't you? Of course you are. And you can't even build that. There's obsidian there. Why is there no granite here? There's granite here. So what, you just can't do it? Oh, because someone else got assigned to it? That's silly. See, like, this is one of my gripes about the game. Camille was assigned to do this task when there's literally granite right there for Trivaldo to just bend over, get it, and build it himself. Hey, a pruner... Deandra Pruner just subscribed on YouTube. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, Metaloki. Let me go back to your question there. So I generally overcool the oxygen, and I just send that into my base, and then I cool all the metals like you see here that I'm doing. This is a volcano tamer that I have a video on. I'm just sending the metal that is coming out of here into a conveyor rail loop. And that's going to be cooled by this aqua tuner as it goes through these metal tiles. So again, you can precisely control what temperature this metal ore is going to be. Or sorry, this refined metal is going to be. And then you just send that into your base. Now, though, I don't usually... Your base, if it's very big, it's usually going to be various different temperatures anyways. So you don't really have to worry about like the different temperatures inside of your base all that much. Like, this is fine. See how it's a little hot here, but it's like temperate here and very cold here. I don't care about this. I don't care about this. My main concern at this point is making sure these bog buckets don't, they can keep growing. So this is where I'm mostly concerned about the temperature right now. And that goes for overcooling your base as well. So if like you have very, very cold areas of your base because you're cooling it too much, let's say with some oxygen, that's okay. You don't really have to worry about that. What you do have to worry about is things that are temperature sensitive. So let's say this was like a fully fledged out mature base, and you have a lot of heat here, but these thimble reeds can't grow because the temperature's too hot, which is actually almost there, right? Well, that's easy then, because you could just apply more cooling by sending more oxygen there, or you could, I don't know, there's something on my monitor, or you could apply more heating by simply making the oxygen hotter. So you can vary it in that way. Does that kind of make sense? Let me see here. The way you get larger main asteroid with all the mobile bombs, usually medium sized teleporter. Then you have to heat areas, which is counterproductive and waste energy. I think my cooling loops are way more complicated. Yeah, so I don't even have, like, go watch my latest video, Melodkey, and I show a quick snapshot of my super duper Dreamland asteroid, which has 0 cooling whatsoever in my entire base. Like the only cooling, like, sorry, 0 active cooling. And what I mean by active cooling is like, I'm not actually bringing in, oh, I forgot to, light here. I'm not actually bringing in anything that is like not cooling with aqua tuners. I'm only cooling it passively with my oxygen and the materials that I'm building, that I'm bringing in, and with the water, because the water is really cold in that base too. I'm cooling it before it gets inside. So the water carries a lot of thermal capacity with it because the mass of it is so high compared to that of oxygen. Each tile has 1,000 kilograms versus oxygen is only 2,000 grams per tile. So there's a lot of cooling mass just in water alone. So if you bring all this cold water into your base, like I am doing here, this is providing a ton of cooling. Now the water itself, I don't really care what temperature that is, but it's helping to cool my surrounding area, you see? The oxygen around it is very, very cold. There's another way you could apply passive cooling. Big factor is I think I use Spalman hydrants for oxygen production. If I cool it, I don't know how to achieve a specific temperature. I end up with 10 degrees or cooler. That's easy. So if you want to cool this to 10 degrees, you just set this aqua tuner thermal sensor to 10 degrees. If you want to cool it to 15, you set it to 15. And then it'll eventually even out. Like it'll cool. The thing is, the aqua tuner will turn on if it's if the water is over 7 degrees in this case, which will cool it down to a negative temperature. But you heat up over time and it'll kind of balance itself out. Like at first it'll be very dramatic, the difference, but then it'll sort of balance itself out and be the temperature that you want it to be. I can show you that in the Super Duper Dreamland playthrough as well, if you'd like to see that. But if you just use that, can I use this? If you just use the methods that I told you, you should be perfectly fine. And I'll catch up with the chat in 1 sec. I just have to get this done. Just like that. It's about time that I start rewiring my base too. So give my duplicants some stuff to do here. I don't really need. Yeah, I can delete this now. I can delete this. Delete that. What's this doing? That's doing that thing. I mean, that one, I don't really care about that. Toilets. Oh, someone's stuck again? Dude, who is stuck this time? Oh my god. How did you get stuck there? Wake up, dude. You gotta wake up. There's 2 of you there? How? How does this happen? I know they had a dig command there, but or also a build command there. Cut off sun temperature sensor. Are you using temperature automation? I use loops that circulate coolant until. Yeah, so Melodkey. So if you make the exact, so the way I cool the oxygen in my Hydra is exactly the way I cool the metal coming from the metal volcano, which by the way, it's not gonna get built if I don't do this. So basically, what you can do is set up the exact same cooling loop, but just pretend that these metal tiles is the Hydra, right? And then you set this thermal sensor, which just overlays onto the pipe. Like it's very easy to just put that over top. And you just set this to whatever temperature you want the oxygen to be. So in this case, I want the metals to be 7 degrees. So it'll be roughly 7 degrees coolant running through here. However, I kind of made a slight mistake there. I need to put a thermal sensor here. I don't want the metals to drop unless I achieve that certain temperature. And I also should put a thermal. I don't have the thing. Oh, I need to get. I don't have that researched. This is the one I missed by 1. Okay, so I need to get. I actually have to get all this unlocked if I want to do it this way. All right, so that's okay. It'll just have to do for now. I'll have to get data banks and all that stuff set up. Just another thing to work on. While that's going on, let's... this has been holding for a long time. Let's... I don't... Oh, was it the... There was someone that snored loudly, wasn't it? Who was that was snoring loudly? Because it's not really good if they're sleeping beside each other. I'll have to take a look at that. Schedule. Pretty sure it was Camille that was snoring loudly. Totally forgot about that. Loud sleeper. So Camille, she is on the schedule with... Let's put her on with Stinky and Hassan. And then Stinky and Hassan sleep here. So we'll put Camille up here. Okay, she's already up there. Perfect. And then she shouldn't have any interference. Let me just watch that. Hopefully I can not forget. And then we'll keep digging because we have duplicants who need to do stuff. Yeah, no worries, Melodkey. Let me know. Actually, if you want to do this, you don't have to, but you can email me your save file, or maybe just post it in the Discord or whatever the case, if you want. Or and then I can take a look at your base, and on the next stream, we can kind of do a little segment on it if you wanted to do that. It's really up to you. But it might be easier. It might be easier to give you advice if I could see the base as it is, how you've built it, and then go from there. If I know it's a lot of work to do that, so if you don't want to go through all of it, that's totally fine. Let's go up this way. But yeah, again, just build exactly the same cooling loop as I have here. Basically, just if I have a video on that called Taming Metal Volcanoes, that kind of goes over all the intricacies of that. So should be able to help you out with that. Okay, I'm ready for steam turbines here. This is pretty exciting. So we're gonna put one here to start with. Don't need it to be out of steel. It's gonna be kind of annoying for a while. It's everything. The game just wants me to make everything out of steel at this point. I just have to make sure I don't waste my steel. We'll keep going with this, like so. I'll put a little bit of cooling over top of this, and then we'll put in conductive panels. Now the cooling comes this way, yep. I'll put one here, one here. And I know I start a new save if I'm doomed. Not this month, buddy. Yeah, I like to start a new save if I feel doomed. There's no shame in that. Let's all start a new save if we're feeling doomed. Hey, gluten-free boy, what's up? Gluten-free boy, my god, I have no idea what I'm looking at. I'm at the start of the game right now. We have all been there, gluten-free boy. The best thing is to follow the instructions up at the top left corner there. And then that will help you sort of just get your basics. That will help you get your bearings under you. And then from there, you can start watching videos. And you'll understand the game a little bit more after that. Need some more plastic, apparently. The beginning of the game, Let's see, irrigation. The beginning of the game is not as hard as the... It's not so hard as the mid game, because the game tells you most of the stuff on what you need to do. So it's a little bit easy in that respect. But then after a while, it just becomes horrible. You really have to have a lot of patience for experimentation, or just have to be very skilled naturally, or you have to watch videos. There's really no other way around it. I'll pass for now. I'm not active playing currently. I have to focus on other things. No worries, Melodki. Yeah, gluten-free boy. Let me know if you let us know in the chat if you have any questions for starting your playthrough, and we can try to help you out. But most of the stuff is going to be in the upper left-hand corner. The game kind of tells you a lot on how to start playing, and after that, it just becomes very, very difficult. It's a lot of fun though, so I hope that you keep at it, and I hope that you keep trying, because it is pretty amazing. Water geyser are nice. Okay, so I need to fill this with water. This is still... Oh, I still need electrical engineering for this. All right, well, I guess here we go. I'm still not used to having to... It's been, I don't know how many years now since that was implemented. See, who is the closest one? No one's really the closest, but Harold is kind of the optimal person to do this. Which is kind of a bummer. I could do Gossman. Gossman is so close to another skill point. Can Gossman get his skill points before this is... Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. But we'll see. We'll see if Gossman can do it. Otherwise, I'll train Harold. I need to get water in these pipes as well. So let's get working on that. And a bottle drainer here. Oh, they can't get under that. Just go all the way. Circuit overloaded. I just saw something about circuit overloaded. Let's keep rebuilding this while we're at it. I don't need this anymore. Don't need this stuff. See, this should all be... No. What did I just click? I meant to click disconnect. This should all be heavy watt now. Or sorry, conductive rather. And again, I'm not really sure if that has any relevance to anything, but let's do this. And then what is this doing? I could probably just tap off that and get the power from somewhere else. This I don't really care about. I need this though. I need these plants up. And then we'll also keep going on fixing the rest of the wiring. Now, this I don't need either. This can all go. Actually, this rock crusher might go as well at some point. Just take all this out, take all this out. Actually, let's not take this out yet until we have the wiring finished. And then go across. Pick this up, pick this up. And I have to pick all this up too. Okay, I'll leave that for now. And deconstruct all this. Deconstruct that once it's finished. All right, cool. This is apparently can be mopped. Take that out. And this is just never ending melting. So let's go ahead and mop all this up. Okay, put some polluted water in here. Should be done. Gonna go in here. Gonna go in here. Boom. Okay, should be all okay. Gotta keep an eye on Gossman. Gotta make sure he gets my thing up. And I also want to make sure Camille wasn't waking anyone up. It doesn't look like she is. I haven't seen anyone who might be unrested yet. So, it's okay. No power to this. This can go. All this can go. Oh, this wasn't even getting oxygen here. Must have been a recent addition or a recent problem. See how our oxygen is doing though. Pretty good. Pretty good warmth as well. We may be starting to get a little bit too warm in some areas. I mean, this could probably be closed off at some point. And we have a lot of duplicants standing around. So that means that we're doing pretty good. We have a geyser here that I don't really want to deal with. Probably for a long, long time. Let's just go across like that. Not a big fan of the infectious polluted oxygen vent, but I suppose if we need it, we can deal with it. And then we have all this to eventually get up to as well. So actually, it wouldn't be too bad. Well, here's what I have to do. I have to do something like this because there's a lot of water that will eventually fall. I'm kind of tired of having it fall on top of that. Do I have any source of polluted water? I have polluted ice. I have lots of polluted water. Oh, you have a little Paku here. Let's get this guy in here. Okay, I'm gonna just leave for maybe 2 minutes. I'm gonna hope that the game doesn't break while I'm gone. I'm gonna leave it running. So we'll see. We'll see if anything happens. I'm gonna queue up some dig errands as well. Let's do that before I leave. Where do I want to go? Okay, let's go this way. Let's give our duplicants a lot of ladders here. Hopefully don't dig into anything that we don't want to. Put that on 9, so they do it first, hopefully. And then just give them a big dig. Okay, if anything happens, the game just auto-saved. So, here you go. Okay, looks like they didn't... Oh, someone got trapped. Okay, that's not where I was expecting them to get trapped. Soiled suit. Okay, we're just gonna redo that. Jim says Dupe's gonna dupe. I'm just gonna leave the game running for a minute. Famous last words. Hey, hello, Shisher, how you doing? Yeah, I thought for sure they'd be okay. Jim says, am I only one hearing the Mission Impossible theme song in my head? I mean, okay, this was almost predictable because they can't jump down. I should have done a dig like this, but should I have to do that though? Right? I mean, I get it. It's just dupe logic, whatever. Is anyone else here just old? And the PP is flowing. The PP did flow. Told you dupe's gonna dupe. That's all right. Luckily, we had a save right before I left. Okay, we got some duplicates. We'll do it properly this time. Go like this, and then we'll get in here, start digging all this out. Need some more. What's it called? We need to get access to that oil anyway. How are you doing, Shisher? Welcome. Happy New Year. Welcome to the stream. Gluten-free boy says RimWorld seems easy to this. Is it really? I don't know. I haven't played RimWorld. I've heard a lot about it. This is, you know what? It's not really that hard if you go slow. Like, there's a lot of players who try to rush, and that usually, that's usually one of the main way. Why is this? Oh, body temperature now. Okay, why? 31 degrees. Okay, and it looks like I'm never going to be able to grow this. Like it's super easy to get through. Is this gonna make it? I need to make more copper. It's super easy to get through the game if you take your time with it and you don't try to do too much at once. So a lot of the place where a lot of people run into issues is so let me just show you right here really quick. I gotta get this growing though. One of the biggest issues in the game for new players is that they take on too many duplicates at once. So you'll notice I only have 10 duplicates at cycle 236. That's really easy to feed 10 duplicates. Oh, I like the flocks. Yeah, this is probably the best one. It's really easy to feed 10 duplicates. Oh, someone made a mess anyways. Bro, how did she guys... Oh, how? What are you having? Can you not make this jump? Is that what it is? Where are you getting stuck? No, you can definitely make this jump. So, oh, because of this. Okay, that is my fault. All right. Okay, I'll take that. You know what? I'll take the blame. I will take the blame for that. That is my fault. I forgot to build ladders there. The dupes win this time. I thought for sure they're just getting stuck up there and not being able to get down for some reason. But no, it's obviously because of this. Just have very simple to fix. Just go like that. Boom. Yeah. So what I was saying again is it's very easy to get through the majority of the game as long as you take your time. And if you're taking on way too many duplicates, you won't be able to feed them. You won't be able to provide oxygen for them, and your colony will very easily not live for a long time. However, if you can kind of find the right balance between feeding your duplicates and then like taking on as many as you need to continue your production, you'll be fine. That's the first suggestion I would make for any new players. Just don't take on too many duplicates. Don't be tempted every time the printing pod goes off to be like, oh, I need another duplicate, because it's not going to work out very well in your favor. The second thing I would say to a new duplicate, or sorry, a new player, is don't try to do too many complicated tasks that you see on YouTube. So there's a lot of very nice and very efficient and very elaborate builds on YouTube, but usually they are, usually they require some knowledge of the game that isn't immediately obvious if you're a new player. So something that's very a very easy one to miss out on is like, if let's say if you have a room just like this that has to be vacuumed out in order for the steam to work properly in here. If you try to do a build like this, now why isn't this going? If you try to do a build such as this and it doesn't work for some reason, it could be as easy as you forgot to vacuum out a certain part of this room, or you let oxygen come in here, or whatever. And so if you try to be too complicated early on, you'll also run into problems. Now, having said that, the best way to learn is to get yourself into these situations where you are trying to do different things. That is build a room like this, right? But if you're literally just starting the game, this is something that you don't want to think about for a long, long time. If you see a copper volcano, just leave it. don't even worry about it. Ani will be easier because you can get your own speed. RimWorld will send you raids, keep coming on your toes. The randomness can be, yeah, exactly. Stringer's on point there. Ani is the skill of how much skill level you need in Ani is completely dependent on how fast you want to play the game. Well, not completely, but like heavily, very heavily dependent on that. Okay, we have our first Glossy Dreckos. Glossy Drakelet. Need some more. We need a little bit more hydrogen in here. Let's see. Hey, D King says, how many hours do you have in the game? I just crossed 1,100 hours. So, if you look at that in terms of, like, a lot of people have way more than me. But I like to play the game slow. I'm a very, I don't know if methodical is the right word. But like, I like to take my time. I like to take it easy. I try not to put myself into too many difficult scenarios. Yeah, it's just, that's kind of how I'm explaining the game to you, Gluten, is how I like to play as well. That's not to say that you can't obviously be playing a different way, but I think it's the easiest way to learn. It's just go slow, try things that you like. Don't be afraid to restart. If you watch my video that I just released yesterday, I think, basically the whole, what I try to drive home is like at the end, especially at the end of the video, is if it's too overwhelming, if things are just too messed up in your base, don't be afraid to restart and just just copy the coordinates of your asteroid and start the same asteroid again. And then you'll already be ahead because you've already know why your base failed, and you'll already know like how to give yourself an advantage so you can be more successful. And the more that you can be successful in this game, the more that you can get farther ahead next time, because you will learn things over the course of that playthrough. Now, why is this not working? Illumination. Oh, okay, that's an easy one to fix. It should just be like that. Oh no, this should be here. They just can't get over here. Okay. I was wondering why can't they get up here? Should be able to get up here. Unreachable. Oh. This is a game where you still felt like a noob 1,000 hours, and absolutely, I still feel like that. I didn't beat it till 1,200 hours. I also play very slow. I'm in normal speed or pause at least 95% of the time. Yeah, and I also pause a lot on offline. If I'm playing offline, I like to sit and think about something, set up a build. you know, for the stream purposes, I try to keep it going because I already know I play slow enough as it is. So I try to really keep things going so it's interesting to listen to or watch or whatever you're doing. However you're enjoying this content, I just wanted to make sure it's enjoyable. So yeah, I try to not pause as much. But especially if I'm doing something offline, I'll sit there and just stare at the screen and try to get things to work. And try to, like, I'll be a lot more methodical in how I place my temporary buildings down, like these things. Let's get some hydrogen in here. Ani seems very complicated when you look at automations and stuff like you never saw before. Yeah, it can be, but you don't have to get into that till a lot later. Like, and if you do start with automation, start with very, very easy things. Like, for instance, like a Atmos sensor. Atmos sensor, it's sending a green signal if it's above 3,000 grams of atmosphere, and that green signal, it gets sent to a gas pump. So the gas pump is just connected directly, and I'm only turning this gas pump on if it's above 3,000 grams. Now, there's a very specific reason for that, and that is you see how the natural gas temperature in here is around 50 degrees. I mean, there's pockets of 50 degrees, but in general, it's pretty temperate. Now, the reason why that is because I didn't vacuum it out entirely, and I'm getting a lot of cooling from the adjacent cold biome. And there's enough mass in here that while this is erupting, it's not becoming completely consumed with the very hot temperature that would otherwise be coming out of here at 150 degrees. So it's like little tidbits like that make the game super easy if you know how to identify those situations. If that kind of makes sense. Sorry, I'm trying to think and play and talk at the same time, so my brain doesn't function well like that. So like, yeah, you could just vacuum this room out entirely and not have that Atmos sensor. But then when this natural gas geyser erupts, the gas that's coming out is going to be damn near 150 degrees, which is going to melt the pump that is made out of cobalt here, which melts at 75 degrees. So, I mean, it's still going to get hot and melt eventually, but I didn't have steel when I built this. Or maybe I did, but I don't know. Let's just pretend I didn't. So I didn't have steel when I built this, so I didn't want to overbuild or get steel just to get the harvest materials. So I used cobalt. Well, in order to keep the temperature below 75 degrees, you have to maintain some amount of mass in this room, which I chose to do using this Atmos sensor at 3,000 grams. And that allows the mass to maintain its relative temperature compared to what's coming out of here. So there's very small like tidbits like that that can help you out. Nice. Sorry, I missed that one about deking. 400 hours in vanilla still can't launch a rocket. Well, that's okay. Rockets are not very intuitive or easy. I have a video on rocketry you should watch. I tried my best to explain rocketry in like the most basic, easiest way, but there's just so much about rocketry. It's hard to condense it into a digestible video and cover everything that you kind of need to know. So that's a really great video you should watch. Now, I broke this somehow. I don't know how I broke this. Let's just do that and see if this works. Oh, because it's sending a red... Oh, because I didn't make the bypass. Didn't make the bypass. See, that's another thing that you sometimes have to pay attention to, is just forgetting to do little things like that. And this is going to erupt in 4 cycles, so thankfully I have enough time. Okay, now I still have to get Gossman leveled up to electrical engineering. Nice. Now Gossman also has to be able to leave the base. So we're giving Gossman free reign to go wherever the hell he wants in this asteroid. Actually, that's how you give him free reign. Just like that. All right, so Gossman, you need to build the steam turbine ASAP. Hi from Brisbane, Australia. Hey, Wade, what's up? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me tonight or this morning for you. What time is it in Brisbane, Australia right now? Must be like at least 14 hours ahead, right? So it's probably like 8 o'clock. I don't know exactly which time zone Brisbane is in, but if I had to guess, it would be 8 or 9 o'clock. I might be way off too. Let's take a look at our oxygen. Doing pretty good. It's 14 hours ahead of you. That's Jim. All right, so yeah, about... Oh, it's 1:06 p.m. I gotcha. I was way off. Well, thank you for joining me. Yeah, I think we're on daylight savings time. I have no idea if we're on daylight savings time or not, to be honest with you. I think we are, but I always get confused as to which one's which. So, so there you go. And I was gonna open this up before. Yeah, gonna go up here, open up all this stuff, get access to all these geysers and whatnot. I have to deal with all this hydrogen in here too. I just know where to put it at this point in time. Mostly because this is all plugged up. So this system that I was referring to earlier is now completely plugged up. It used to be intuitive and work not robust. There we go. Let's see if that can get things moving. Not really. All right, so let's just do this. I have to deal with this as well. This is easy enough to deal with, but I'm just gonna make the lazy man's way of building this. Okay, let's do an input like that, and then an output that goes like that. Just create a whole big mess of piping just to get that going. I need this done as well. Come on, Gossman, where are you? There's no way you're this is number 6 on your right. Oh, because you're still in here. Gotcha. 13 hours. Oh, he's finally doing this though. Well, that's lovely that you would want to do that, Gossman, but I really need you to build something. Let's give you that. Operating and building. By the way, they're about to be, why is that disabled? I don't remember doing that. Toilets. Who's stuck now? Oh. Okay. Can you build this, Bert? Oh, you got igneous rock here. You better get up and deal with this, Bert. No, just build it. Why? See, why is Hassan being tasked with this? There's igneous rock right there the bird can pick up. Somewhere here. Right there. Please don't pee your pants. I don't want to take the vols because they eat my iron ore. I'm gonna reject everyone for now. Okay, so I think we'll do this last save. Yeah, Bert peed himself. We'll do this last save, and then we will go to the next segment, which is getting the other people's asteroid showed off on stream. Now William wasn't here today, so I'm gonna show William's off, but I'll skip going over a lot of William's asteroid. I'm gonna go over Killian's or Celian, or off to, I hope I'm saying your name right. But they're on a different time zone altogether, so they can't make the streams, but they like watching the VODs. So there's a couple cool things to show off there, and that'll be the end of tonight's stream. So we're going to end it there for today. Do a quick save. And that is the end of the content for today. But stick around for another 10-15 minutes or so while we look at other people's asteroid who have submitted their save file, if you want to do that. If not, I'll say goodnight to you, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. So thank you to everyone who showed up once again. I'll do the shout outs like at the end of the stream. But if you're leaving now, then thank you for showing up, and I will see you next time. Okay, so this is an asteroid that was submitted. This is Williams. We'll do Williams first. We'll just do this one really quick. And then William, if you're watching the VOD or if you're here in the next episode, we can take a more in-depth look at it. But this is a build that William sent about an Escher waterfall with a built into the petroleum boiler. So it's pretty cool. Now I think the other asteroid has a lot of mods that I can't. I'm not going to install all of them. So here it is. This is William's build. So this is 302 cycles in. Got a pretty substantial colony, so it looks pretty cool. He's got a Hydra there. A cool pixel pack. I like that. But anyways, there's a lot of cool stuff going on that we can go over more in depth once William is on stream. But what he was mainly wanted to feature was this petroleum boiler. So this petroleum boiler here, I was playing around with it a little bit. It's basically he's getting all the heat from the magma that is, well, there it goes. All the magma is heating up the mechanized airlocks, and once the temperature is hot enough at this thermal sensor or this liquid sensor, it opens this gate, and then it starts an infinite storage Escher waterfall. So he's got over 140,000 kilograms of petroleum. And then I guess the easiest way to transfer all this is to open this up. I guess this kind of balances out. Yeah, this side will increase in volume. Then you close the middle gate. You close the two outer gates, and it kind of pushes everything aside. What is this monstrosity? Is this a petroleum boiler? Yeah, this is a petroleum boiler with a built-in Escher waterfall, which is basically just a way of saying this is an infinite storage built into a petroleum boiler. How does the infinite waterfall function? The infinite waterfall has two different types of gases that are locked into these two. Let me just do this overlay, it's easier to see. It has two different types of gases that is locked into these two tiles, so liquids cannot occupy. And then when there's enough liquid in this tile, it just flows overboard, and it gets basically teleported into these tiles here. That's I don't know how to build these too well because, well, without having these pipes. See how this pipe is in here? This is one of the easiest ways that I've found how to build the Escher waterfall, but I don't like having pipes left over in builds. So basically you just bring oxygen or whatever you're trying to use as your gases, and you just destroy the pipe, and then you have your gases occupying these tiles. And then once they're occupying the tiles, you just have your liquids coming from turn in the sour gas. I broke your will, William. It can be I see what you're saying. It can be a little bit hacky. I'd prefer not to do this method because I find it to be, for me and my patience, it's just a little bit too complicated. But if you like doing it, that's totally cool. Like what I always say is Ani's a single player game, so you play the game the way you want to, and you're not really bothering too many people. QC Phil, hey QC Phil. He says, why construct mechanized doors? Or so these from my understanding, again, I don't do this method, but I think these prevent this area from overpressurizing. Yeah, Jim says we didn't break it, we just made sour gas instead. How does this boiler, Sean says, how does this boiler ensure that the petroleum doesn't flash into sour gas? Well, it's a good question, Sean. So I think it has something to do with these thermal sensors here, but I changed the settings. So this is not the original save file. This is the save file that I loaded and just continued from here. But those temperature sensors were set to originally to be below whatever value was in there, but I just changed it to be high. I was kind of playing around with it to see to see what would happen. And that's what would happen. We broke it, or I broke it. Yeah, that's a petroleum boiler with... I'll run it again, but without tampering with it. So this is the original save. And I have to enable the heat. So right now the heat is... I guess I need to have these on for the heat to work. That's what I changed before to get this heated. And there's probably something else that I should have been doing. There's a memory toggle here. So yeah, so it's not supposed to have set, like you can see that he has everything vacuumed out. So when it's not me operating it, it probably works. You can see based on how much petroleum is in here. That's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not... to answer the question, I don't usually use the mechanized airlocks for this reason. But I think the purpose of this is just to prevent it from overpressurizing. Because you can store as much liquid in here as you want, basically. Sorry, breaking due to pressure was what I meant to say. I just don't particularly like the look of them, so that's usually why I don't do that. But yeah, so here we go. It's starting to heat up, and I suppose there's just probably some automation built in, so when this is like too hot, it will shut off and not boil it or something. There's a lot of manual parts to this. Probably something with this as well. But anyways, yeah, it's a pretty cool boiler. It works the same as any other boiler. You just want to have your oil heat up, turn into petroleum, and then send it into a storage. Could you use airflow tiles like you do your infinite water? I think so. Let's try it. So there's a little bit of a trick to this, because if we use airflow tiles, we have to find a way to keep the gases in here, right? Let's see. Oh, I forgot to put the thing there. No, so you can't use airflow tiles because the air goes inside the tiles around. So I guess you can't use it with an Escher waterfall. Obviously, we got pressure damage on that, but that's okay. Yeah, so anyways, pretty cool build. I can, if anyone wants to play around with it, I can probably post the blueprint. Sure, William wouldn't mind. Maybe don't use this exact setup now. Jim says, yeah, you can't use them for Escher waterfalls. Hey, Uther, what's up? But I like that the tank isn't a giant Escher. Yeah. No, it's a very nice build, like in the sense that it's very convenient to store all of your petroleum in. And like William likes Escher waterfalls. He's been asking me to do one on. He asked me to do one on the previous asteroids that I played on, but he has them everywhere. He has them here. I looked around a little bit. He has them everywhere. He has that's the one I just showed you. Let's see where else. I know he has a whole bunch. He has another one here. He's a very big fan of the Escher waterfall. By the way, I really like the pixel packs. Those are cool. How did you break my stuff? We're experimenting. We were experimenting. So yeah, I just the question was asked, can you make these out of airflow tiles and have the same storage effect? So we tried it. Evidently you can't, because then the gases disappear. So if I just go back. Actually, no, I don't have to go back. You know what I mean, right? I just changed it to the gases disappeared once I changed the once I changed your manual airlocks to mechanized or to airflow tiles. But yeah, it's a pretty cool. I was just saying, I don't know if you were here earlier, but it's a pretty cool design. Sean was asking, how do you prevent this from becoming sour gas? If it works, don't change it. Well, we had to experiment. We needed to know. So in order to get this working, I had to. Well, I guess I can close those. In order to get this working, I changed the values of these thermal sensors to send the green signal if it's above a certain temperature or whatever that value is in here. He says, I just got on. So yeah, we were just trying to see how this shut off before it turns into sour gas. Is there automation built into that, or am I just missing something? A little bit of sour gas starting. That was the question from Sean earlier. But I mean, as far as I like the I like the cooling that you have going on here. I think that's a really good one. Oh, do you make sure? Okay, so the answer to the question is to prevent sour gas, we make sure the crude oil tiles are at maximum. Okay, so you have to keep dropping in more. By the way, there's another Escher waterfall here for those of you who are wondering. So there's a lot of waterfalls. So sour gas cannot occur. Okay, so I didn't know that was a thing. That's interesting. So if the tiles are at maximum, then you can't have... I'll have to play around with that. That seems interesting. I never knew that existed. There's a lot of things. And by the way, going back to some of the new people in the chat, like Gluten Free Boy, those are some... That's what I meant when there's a lot of like little tidbits that you kind of learn as you play. When you start to get into these more complex builds that take advantage of the game mechanics, is like the thermometer. Don't change it. I did already. I changed them all. That's how we broke it. But yeah, there's a lot going on that you can very particular things that you can mess around with to get certain effects. But yeah, it's I was just saying I like your pixel packs. I might steal that idea. I mean, I hate you. I can always reload. I have the original save. No, people, don't worry. People have seen the original save that it does work the way you intended, I'm sure. It's just I didn't. I immediately loaded the way and started messing around with stuff. I like your pixel packs. I might steal that idea inside of the Hydra. That's cool. But yeah, it's coming along really well. I like this base. It's good. There's a lot that oh, Stringer asks, what are the pixel packs doing? So right now, nothing. But I would really like the pixel packs to like show a message in a Hydra, like maybe, I don't know. I haven't thought about what I could configure to do yet, but like just in general, I've never used pixel packs before. I just always thought of them as something that's not worth really building. So like to advance the base per se, but from a visual standpoint for obviously making things stand out, it'd be really cool to use them. So they've always been something that I've never considered because I keep forgetting they exist. So something that I might use instead of a Hydra. Just have to think of a way. Jim says the only thing that I've seen them being used for is like displaying power available across your battery array. Yeah, maybe. I don't know yet. Like I said, I've never played with them before because they're more of a visual thing for the player, not so much something that benefits your game. So, something that I could play around with. Oh, it's used to make biotubes happy when they suck oxygen. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can see them do that. I suppose you could do it on O2 in your infinite storage or something. That's true because he does have a lot of bionic duplicates. I like how you just you just named them Digger B1, Digger B2. I like that. Oh, there's lots of decor. There you go. Learn something else. Yeah, that does make sense. Yep, I had no idea either, Jim. Like I said, you're always learning something with this game. And it's not something that I would have thought to build just because, again, they don't really benefit for a playthrough that I like to do. Just a non-binding duplicates or whatever the case is. Okay, but I'm going to move on to the next asteroid because I do have to get to bed here soon. So that was Williams. Asteroid with his petroleum boiler. Now the other one that we're taking a look at is from Cillian or Killian. Is here a cool steam vent in here? I cannot remember. I can check really quick. Cool steam vent. What's this? Yeah, there's a cool steam vent. Let's see what's going on with that. You got some cooling there. I really want to see you do an all dupes playthrough, all biodupes playthrough sometime. That will probably be my next run. The next run I wanted to do on a harder asteroid, like maybe. I mean, Oasis is like the go-to hard one that people like to do, but I don't know if I want to do Oasis because it's a lot of I think that's the one with a lot of sand, right? So it's kind of boring to me. But I don't know. I wanted to do one of those harder asteroids. But as long as there's a lot of metal available in the start, so probably not Oasis. And then that might be a cool next playthrough where we do all biodupes. Do you know what I did in there? Okay, so you have a, let's see. Okay, so you're cooling down. You have a little bit of cooling applied to this cool steam vent. I assume you're turning it into water. But then how are you extracting it? Is the water automatically getting put into this room? Oh, okay, it is. It's an infinite storage for the water. And is that based on That's interesting. So this is basically cooling to condense the steam. And I guess because the water has nowhere else to go in here, just spawns up here basically. Is that what that is? And then you have your regular cooling loop. Okay, so Phil asks how. When steam turns into water, it moves up into the tile into empty space and go into the water. Gotcha. So it just goes up straight into here. So let's see. Let's take a look at this in let's take a look at this in more real time here. Elements. So there it goes. So the steam is condensing. The water teleportation. Yeah, Flyratto. That's kind of cool. So you just have to have one tile that condenses the steam constantly. And then because it turns into water, it moves up into the next available tile, which just happens to be in an infinite storage. That's cool. Okay, so there's some more hacking, as some people call it. Cool. There's another Usher waterfall. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's I mean, there's a lot you could learn on an asteroid like this, I think. It'd be a lot of cool stuff happening here. Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to move on to the next one, just because I do have to go to bed soon. I'm starting to feel... Notice how I tamed it. Okay, we'll take a look at one more thing. Which volcano? Oh, this one, the copper? Yeah, that's more. Yeah, I know. It's more of a glitch exploit. I was just making a joke. It's also making plastic. Okay, so the volcano, you have a metal tile under here. That's the only thing that I can see that's different. Just, it's very cold. And it's cooling it the way... Okay, so this is kind of like what I do, except I have a lot bigger run here. This thermosensor is 125. Perfect. That's what I would usually do. Picking up the copper. Yeah, so I think this is pretty standard as to what I usually do. Is there anything that I'm missing? It's missing. It's also making plastic. Oh, how you make plastic? Okay. How do you make plastic? Good night, gluten-free boy. Thanks for coming to the stream tonight. Is it on a different volcano, William? The volcano yours is pretty big. Yeah, I like to make big builds. I like to make big, spacious. There's another one there. All mine are very, very spacious. There's a whole bunch of treadmills. Okay, one more thing. One more thing, William. The remote robots on the oil vent. Ethan likes them big. Okay, remote robots on the oil vent. Where's the oil vent? Rosal Doozle says, I like to use a conveyor meter with a automation wire sent to its own reset port, so then I can send out metals at only 1 kilograms at a time, so they cool way faster. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Welcome to the stream, Rosal Doozle. That's like pretty good idea actually. So I'm just looking for the oil vent. Is it here? Not here, right? I can't find any of your vents because... I don't know if I'm just too sleepy or... The one in which you feed water into it? Oh, okay. This one. So the remote robot. Okay, you have a remote robot here. So you put this under the vent. This crude oil into here. And then it puts it up into the vent. And I guess this creates a... does the gunk have anything to do with it here? Well, I can finally see lava in this game. It's still a long way to go for me. Hey, thanks for the follow on Twitch, Braka X Braka. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, there's a long ways to go till you get lava, but you can speedrun lava and go all the way down to the bottom really quick. It's not that hard to get to lava. It's just whether or not you want to spend a lot of time there. Oh, the remote mixed the gunk. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, the remote is something that I haven't played around with, so I'm not too familiar with that. If I start on Relica, can the printing bot still print items that normally come from Terra, assuming those items exist in the Stinky Asteroid? It's a good question. I mean, I believe they can, as long as you have it like discovered in your base, or if it's been like 25 cycles or something. I think I don't know the exact answer to that. That's something a little bit beyond the scope of what I understand about the game. But there's like certain rules where certain things won't come from the printing pod unless a certain amount of time has passed, or unless you've already discovered it in your asteroid. But yeah, if you have all the DLCs enabled, yeah, you can get pretty much anything from the printing pod. But what I'm doing is using the remote robot to release the gas pressure. Oh, okay. I see. So let me take a look again. Is there any automation involved in that? No, there isn't. Okay, so the remote worker is, I guess, somewhere up here. The remote controller. You have it connected to the oil. Oh, okay. I see. That's a really good idea. I should utilize those more because I haven't used them before. That's cool. Nice. I like that. I like the blue tiles here. The carpet. Jim says after 500 cycles, everything becomes available in the printing pod, even if you've never seen it. So there you go, Xbraka. Jim has your answer in chat. Oh, Jim is on YouTube and Xbraka's on Twitch. So you should have seen her on your screen there, Xbraka. But to answer your question, Jim says after 500 cycles, everything becomes available in the printing pod if you've never seen it. But most of the Terra stuff is always available much earlier. But yeah, I have seen a lot of things in my Terra asteroids that I don't usually get on Terra after a certain amount of cycles, like Phloxes, for instance. Like before the Printerceptor was a thing, I used to get a lot of like the Lums. I got the Lums in Super Duper Dreamland. I got the Phloxes in Super Duper Dreamland. All that stuff without ever playing with Frosty Planet Pack and a thing. Xbraka says, this is awesome. Thanks for the info. You are very welcome. And thank you for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Twitch has been doing really, really well lately. I really appreciate all the people who are lurking on Twitch. Super, super thankful. And YouTube as well. YouTube always has a really great viewing. Okay, so let's go to the last thing. We need to do Killian or Celian. He had some questions that he sent me through an email. We'll load up his. There's a lot of mods that I don't have installed. So some things may not be looking exactly the way they should, but it's pretty well established asteroid as it is. So it'll do fine without the mods for now. Xbraka says, how do you farm those data banks? I have seem to have problems getting enough to start printing. So you can use the data miner, which you have to cool. And I think you need plastic for it. So you can use that method. It's more local, so you can do it very easily in your base as long as you can set up the infrastructure for it. The second way would be to go into space. If you get access to space, you can set up a telescope, and as your duplicates use the telescope to look around your starting asteroid, you'll get a ton of data banks just from that. So that's your second way. The third way is to actually go into space with a rocket and have a telescope inside of your rocket. Those are three ways. Data miner, which I can actually just look up right here. Pretty sure it needs cooling and it needs plastic. And 1,000 watts of power. Okay, maybe it doesn't need plastic. I thought it needed plastic. I guess 1,000 watts of power it is. So 1,000 watts of power, and you have to cool it, and then set up a telescope in the space biome of your asteroid, so like exposed to space. And then as your duplicates research around it, like you see here, they'll get data banks from that, or go into space with a rocket. Oh, there you go. So Stringer says, Stringer's on YouTube. He says, find my episode about data mining. I'm making mine on max efficiency. So I'll put Stringer's YouTube in the chat. Xbraka, if you want to check Stringer out, he's a viewer on YouTube. He has a data miner set up on his channel. So hopefully that came across on Twitch. I think it did. Yes, it did. So look up Stringer207 on YouTube, and he says he has a data miner episode on his channel. Pithica. Hey, Pithica. How are you doing tonight? Send up a CO2 rocket with some plastic. 10 tons is totally enough. It can do all the research. That's what I was thinking of then. It was the data miner inside the rocket that needs the plastic. Oh, it does need plastic. Okay. Thanks for the clarification. I usually don't use the data miner. I usually just go into space. I knew something needed plastic. But you see, so you're saying both need plastic. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, so this is an asteroid that was sent to me via email, and the person is not here, but they will be watching the VOD, and they had a couple of questions on email. Some of the things that they asked me to address, I'm just gonna load up my emails and read it now. So just in case you guys are just joining late, the stream's almost over. I will be back streaming this week on Wednesday. But right now I'm just doing a segment where people send in their asteroids that they have something cool to show, or they have questions about their asteroids if they're very new. The asteroid that we just looked at is from a viewer on YouTube who has a really cool setup and a bunch of different cool things that I like to learn from. So now we're going into the second asteroid, who's also has a very well-established asteroid, and things are looking really good here. But they have a couple of questions on email. And we're going to try to sort of help them out here. Although I don't think I can help as much as there's a lot of good things already happening here. That's not an asteroid; it's a planet. That's true. And you don't have to get max data miner to get. You don't have to get data miner to max efficiency unless you want the achievement for it. The first time I used it, just built it in a very cold biome. That's true. You building anything in a cold biome is basically a super easy cheat sheet for for getting things to work. Okay, so this asteroid is very far along, so it really bogs my computer down. There's a lot going on here. This is a huge map. Yeah, and you can see how my computers are like lagging. It's a massive, like someone said on Twitch. Phil said on Twitch, this is not an asteroid, it's a planet. So this is what their question is. The first question is, dupe work time takes them ages to start any errand or command. So this is what I saw while I was looking over the asteroid. Like, okay, notwithstanding the fact that the asteroid is just absolutely massive and it takes duplicants probably forever to get places, we're just going to completely ignore that part because that's kind of a given. They're saying it takes the dupes forever to start. So what I noticed right away is I opened up your priorities tab and everything is set to 9. So I know there's some things that your duplicants aren't, like, for instance, the hydrogen generators are not really dealing with, but there's a lot of like manual labor tasks that are also always set to 9. And I didn't go into like far enough to see like where you're storing your sand, for instance, for your deodorizers. It could be pretty close by for all I know. But like when your deodorizers, for instance, are asking for something, I can't even keep the tab open on. It must be like a mod thing. But when your deodorizers are asking for sand, your duplicants have to go all the way around this massive asteroid to look for the sand and then come back to deliver it. And they're always going to prioritize that over other things because everything is set to priority 9. So I would think that you can solve a lot of these issues by just setting everything to 5. Because if everything is set to level to 9, then nothing is really priority. You might as well just set it back at 5. And then from this point on, you can, like, you don't have to, I know that you had some more customizable things in here, but if you just set everything to 5, then your duplicants can like reset their priorities when they're deciding what to do. Like, oh, this is at priority 9, so obviously they're going to try to get to all these things at exactly the same time. But then when everything is priority 9, they start going by what their priorities are here. So this, you kind of have the right idea, and what you kind of have some diggers set up. You have 1 digger, you have 2 digger, 3, and you have a couple bionic duplicants. So you kind of have like the right idea set up in your priorities tab. But as far as having everything level set to priority 9, I would probably start at level 5 and see what is actually a level 9 priority worthy. That's kind of where I would start. Jim says it's especially bad on larger asteroids and asteroids with a lot of dupes or critters. X Braka says, I never set anything to 9 unless it's ultra urgent. That's scary when you open the priorities tab. Jim also says, the dupes take multiple ticks to find a job that is common issue. Oh, that's a good point too. Just being very late into the game. I have seen that before on Super Duper Dreamland, Jim, where the duplicants just stand there. Yeah, I mean, my computer can't handle this map size. That's for sure. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, so just going back to the question at hand, yeah, it's going to take a long time for your duplicates to start a task when they're occupied with other things. Even if you have diggers that are dedicated diggers, I noticed this on your scheduling as well. So you have a duplicant. Every duplicant has their own slot in the schedule, which means, especially with your bionic duplicants, where most of your diggers are never going to be digging for more than like 66% of your entire between 3 cycles. Because if you look at, like, let's say when your bionic duplicants go on break, they start on the bottom slot of this third row. So, but if you kind of look at where the last bionic duplicant ends, it ends just after the 3/4 mark, let's say. So for this slot time of 3/4 of a cycle, every time your bionic duplicants pass through here, most of them won't be working because they'll each take their break at roughly the same time. So what I would do is I would just kind of move them around and see if that helps. So you could go like this, and you just move a couple of those slots up so they're not going on break all in the exact same cycle. So that could also help you. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get microchips. William asked, why do bionic dupes need sleep? That would be my guess. Is can they get microchips without sleep? I'm not sure. It's a waste of time, says William. So William says sleeping is a waste of time for bionic duplicants. Just with regards to your scheduling, Killian. So that's kind of my opinion on what you could help your duplicants with. But I also think Jim has a good point, is that since the asteroid is just so big as it is, there's probably a lot of performance issues with the duplicants finding work. And it happens, I remember seeing it before on my much smaller asteroid where I got to around 1800 cycles, where the duplicants would just stand there kind of not doing anything, and then they would be like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing something. So that might be also part of an issue. Okay, his second question was, please try and help on my spaghetti clogged power. It's so bad I have no idea what goes where anymore, and I don't know how to rebuild it. So, oh, by the way, X Braka on Twitch says he needs a ton of jetpacks. Jetpacks can be helpful, but I would argue that the performance is already. Well, I don't know what kind of computer they have, but on my computer for sure, I could not have jetpacks on an asteroid like this. Even with the jetpacks being a lot better than they were before November, I just don't think my computer could handle it. But maybe they have like the top of the line 2026 PC. I'm not sure. So the power, they asked about the power. I mean, to me, the power looks really, really neat. I don't see any major issues with your power. This is probably one of the neatest power grids that I've seen, actually. So I know that you were asking specifically about how to rebuild it. I don't think you have to rebuild it. I think yeah. People are saying in the chat, X Brackus is clean grid. I think the grid looks great. Now, so you asked earlier on a separate email about the powers, like you have very high power spikes that caused your power grid to lose power. Really, the best way to navigate that is to either what you already did. You already told me in the email is that you set your smart batteries to be at the minimum of 65%, I think, instead of 20. So that's an option as well, because that gives you more time, more buffer time for your power producers to start working. But another thing that you could do is just simply build another big block like this that produces more power. So when your smart batteries request the power, and if there's very large power spike, then they all more turns on at exactly the same time. Yeah, people in the chat, like Jim is saying, very neat power grid. This is a Factorio player. Jim says, William says it looks fine. The power brick is alone the size of my colony, says Xproca. Yeah, that's true with mine too right now. Mine is very small. But yeah, this is a great looking power grid. I think everything looks good. I'll just zoom out again and show everyone, but my computer really lags doing it, so it's like 5 FPS. Yeah, he has a huge battery bank. Where is it? You need more battery. So William says you need more batteries. Yeah, he has a lot of high spikes. But there's so much demand going that maybe okay, that's actually not a bad point. There's so much demand that maybe you have to have more of a buffer. Like I said, I can't open any menus, but maybe you just have to have more of a buffer somewhere built in. So when you have those very large spikes, it doesn't reach 0% as quick. It's like 8 asteroids in one map. It is huge, yeah. It is absolutely massive. Jim says build a couple of rocket power stacks and you should be good. Okay, so there's some more advice for your network, for your batteries there. Build a rocket power stacks. So what Jim is referring to, if I can open this, is where's the battery? Oh, I guess I have to build the platform. But if you build the platform and you build a rocket battery, I think that's what he's saying. Then you can store power on the rocket, and you can put it anywhere in your base. But just build only the batteries on it. The next question was, I'm basically trying to stabilize enough to start other projects or to demolish the whole asteroid finally. So yeah, I think everything that we just talked about kind of goes in hand with that. Is just take a look at your priorities, reorganize what needs to be done. Maybe change the schedules, although I don't think that'll make a huge difference, but maybe just try to move the bionic duplicants so they're not overlapping each other so much. William says that the bionic duplicants don't need to sleep, so maybe take the sleep off if you don't need any more microchips. They bleed like smart batteries, so then it'd be fine. You need to build like 20 smart batteries to solve this problem. So William says you need to build 20 smart batteries. But there's just a lot of there's a lot of fluctuation. I mean, realistically, you have so much power demand that I wouldn't even have most of these hooked up to the smart battery. Like, I see no reason why the smart battery can't just do that. You know what I mean? Because sorry, what I meant to do was not like that. Let me go into what's it called? Inbox mode here. Like, if your demand is so high that we're about to run out of power. If your demand is so high, build it anywhere. You have the tiles in the way. I can't. There we go. We're just gonna leave that like that. If the demand is so high that you're getting all these fluctuations, why don't you just keep a lot of your powers always running, right? So, like, that's kind of the same thing as having a geothermal that's just always on and just extracting infinite heat. Like, you're making so much hydrogen with the Saturn critters. He has a Saturn critter farm for his hydrogen production. You're making so much hydrogen that it's almost trivial to keep your entire stack on. So maybe that's how you solve it. Is you just have like half these batteries, or sorry, half these hydrogen generators running at all times just to continue to produce the power that you need to sustain the bare minimum of your power demand. And then you have the rest of them kicking on only when you have significant drops in power. That might be another way to solve it. But Jim says you shouldn't be controlling the entire stack in one, but having a larger battery helps keep the buffer available for the dips when you need the smart batteries when it goes empty. Yeah, that's a valid point. So I think you guys all made, and Sir Bebop. Hey, how are you doing, Sir Bebop? If only there was an infinite power, that'd be fine. That's a really good point. But yeah, so there you go. So we did in fact find a couple solutions for you. I was ready to kind of write this off because I didn't think about it as clearly as the chat when they started giving some good suggestions. But yeah, so that's you can either do what Jim says, and what William says is to have multiple smart batteries, maybe one for each row, set at different values. So like one smart battery would turn on at like 20%. This one would turn on at 40. Next one would turn on at 60, and then so on. And then that kind of keeps your power levels at more of a sustainable level, so they're not all jumping online at the exact same time. Another solution would be just to do what I did and keep a large number of them going just to sustain your minimum power needs, and then turn the rest of them on when it drops below, when your smart battery drops below a certain amount. Bye, William. See you next time. Jim says the ultimate solution for the dupe issue is playing on a smaller asteroid. This is just way too much for anything but a supercomputer to handle. This is a lot. This is a lot going on. And there's a lot of different tasks that, like, to your point, Jim, there's a lot of different tasks that duplicants would be looking for on an asteroid of this size. And there's so many of them competing for that same task. So, and then if they start to get to that task, but then they go on break, let's say, in the middle of running to it, then the computer has to recalculate who's going to do that task. And I could see where you're coming from. Phil says more automation. More automation can solve anything. So there you go. I hope that kind of helped you, Killian, with regards to your power. Let's see what else. I'm trying to get better food than meal plant because it's the only food available when I was able to stabilize it correctly. But it's plant meal. So the next issue that they want to talk about is the food. So they have a lot of calories, but it's all in plant meal. So they want to know what better way to. Oh, we got some unreachable toilets. Inevitably, we got some duplicates stuck. Oh, we're just gonna leave them there. Sorry about that. Actually, I'll pause the game so I can move around a little bit easier. Jim says the engine is having to do thermal calculations and pathfinding calculations for all routes available, so the dupe is spending forever to find how to get to the task. That's a good point too, Jim. I never thought of it that way from more of a computer perspective. So there you go. So that's basically what Jim is saying. This asteroid is way too big for. You have to string like 3 Ryzen 7800X 3DXs together to run it. Plant meat is the byproduct of the Saturn critter traps, and that's what they're feeding their duplicates with. So they want to know how they can move to a better food. Well, here's what I would do. I can't open your tabs for some reason. I don't know. Let's see if I can get to your thing here. Do you have blossoms? You don't have blossoms. Yeah, I know you have meat, so we have a pretty good starting point because you can produce meat. So you kind of have to see what you can make with meat that is better than barbecue. So like barbecue is a +3, so you could be on barbecue the whole time. So you could set up like a ranch or any of your critters that are producing barbecue because you do have some meat available. So you obviously got that from somewhere. And barbecue would give you +3, which is a good quality, which you can basically build. You can go your entire game being on barbecue if you wanted to. Let's see what else here. I guess trying to see, I guess go to barbecue. What can you make here? You can make surf and turf. You probably have pacus, I would assume. This is the prehistoric pack, so I don't know if they come with pacus. Let's see. Okay, you do have one pacu egg. All right, so there you go. So you need to take this one pack. This is my opinion on the food. You have this one pacu egg, and you have a way to make meat. I'm not sure where you're getting the meat from, but surely you have some critters that can make you meat. So with that, you can make the surf and turf, which is going to give you a +4 food quality. So there you go. Let's see, the chat here says, made an infinite liquid storage out of regular tile for funsies. Let's play out when it becomes overpressured. So taking a break. Good luck with that, Sir Bebop. Charlie Kelly says, is this base game size asteroid? No, this is not base game size. This is like a couple asteroids in one. By the way, thanks for joining the stream, Charlie Kelly. If you click on a duplicate and do show navigation for the crazy amount of lines. Let's see if I can find the duplicate here. Where are they? Oh, here they are. Okay, so I can't even click on it because my thing won't stay open. There we go. So they're going to the bathroom. Someone's trapped. Anyway, so it's hard for me to click on it because it keeps disappearing. But Jim says there are pacus on Relica. So there you go. So what I would suggest is you find out where you're getting your meat from. Surely it's somewhere that you can pick the critters up and put them in a stable and make more of them. And then you take your pacus, you start farming the pacus, which I have a video on as well. And I would go for the surf and turf. Let's see if you don't have hatch. You don't have Drecko. So where's your meat? Where is your meat coming from? Is that coming from the printing pod? There's some over here. Something passed away there. So I don't know. I don't see where you're getting your meat from. I think it's just things that have passed away. Maybe it's from the Dartles. Meat just happens as evolution. It might be from the Dartles, actually. Come to think of it. But so you want to be able to farm something like a Dartle. And then you want to farm your pacus and get them making the surf and turf. And that will give you a very good quality food. +4 quality and 6,000 calories per surf and turf. So there you go. That would be my suggestion for food. It's the easiest path based on what you have available, in my opinion. That you don't have to do too much processing for. Now you could also go to your other asteroids. You have a very close asteroid right beside this one. See if we can oversee it. How big is this one going to be? Oh, this is a massive one too. Oh my goodness. You have a massive second asteroid. Oh, Nits and Betas, Jim says. They drop meat? So there you go. Here's your second asteroid. I'm sure there's something here that you can find and tame. The critters aren't even loading in on my computer. So yeah, they don't. It says Jim. So yeah, I would get to your second asteroid if you can, and maybe see what critters you have here that you could take back with you. That requires a little bit of space travel, or you can use your teleporters. Jesus, this has to be a mod or something that made the asteroid that big, says Jim. This is insane. The CPU power needed to have this thing running. All the simulation starts kicking in. Yeah, it is a lot. I mean, I think you could probably get have a lot get a lot farther with if your computer was struggling, if you vacuumed out all your entire asteroid, like just vacuum out literally everything. In fact, let's see, or just go like this. Just load up sandbox mode and just start hitting vacuum. Because that'll take care of a lot of the thermodynamic calculations and that all the air. I mean, you don't want to do that inside your main base, but you get the idea. And obviously, if you miss a part, it comes back. But yeah, that's kind of my summary of how I think I can help you. But I think Jim has a good point, and it ultimately comes down to this just being such a big asteroid, and the game is just not really equipped to deal with all the calculations going on. But if you want to continue playing on it, I would definitely suggest just looking over your priorities, looking over your schedule, kind of adjusting those things, changing up your power network the way we talked about. And yeah, I think that'll get you as far as I can probably help you. Just I can't really run the game to to help you all that much beyond just kind of going over. All right, so yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the stream for tonight. So we have no more asteroids to go through. I got to run to bed, says Jim. Yeah, I got to go too, Jim. I'm super sleepy and I got to go to work tomorrow. Got to go back to work, unfortunately. Good night, Jim. Good night, Phil. So yeah, if I'll be back Wednesday night, everyone. See you Wednesday. I hope that you'll join me once again. Thank you so much for those of you who joined me on Twitch today. Twitch had really good numbers today, where people joining me. So I think either people are getting back into the game, or Twitch is like putting me in the algorithm finally. So I'm really happy about that. So thank you to all the Twitch viewers for joining me tonight. It's super duper helpful to have you guys here. And Braca says, yeah, I just got back into the game. See you Wednesday, says Phil. Harley Bakes Cakes with the waves. Thank you, Harley. Harley Bakes Cakes and Harley Plays. We have 2 Harleys now. That's cool. Sean says, thanks for streaming. Thank you, Sean, for being here and for all your support. Thank you again, Jim. And yeah, we'll just, who else was here tonight? We got Kevin. Thank you, Kevin, for being here. William showed up just in time to see his asteroid. Sir Bebop, Charlie, Kelly. Thank you guys for being here tonight. There's a lot that a lot of people that showed up earlier that I won't be able to get to because the chat won't go back that far for me. But yeah, thank you, Phil. Gluten Free Boy, thank you for being here. Stringer, thank you for showing up tonight as well. Uther, thank you for coming and hanging out. Ruzel Doozle, thank you for coming and hanging out tonight as well. Melotki, thank you for being here, Melotki. See who else. Let's see. D King on YouTube. Thank you so much, D King. Who else? I'm probably missing some people. So if I did, Chewy with the raid as well. Thank you for showing up, Chewy, earlier. And Harley Games on YouTube. Thank you so much, Harley and Emma. So I'm pretty sure I missed a couple people just because I can't go back far enough. So if I did, I apologize, but I really do appreciate you guys showing up and just having a great time hanging out. And Margaret, sadly I missed the stream. Margaret, the VOD will be up on my channel. So if you want, you can go check it out. We played for about 2 hours, less than 2 hours because I had some technical difficulties, but played for about 2 hours. And yeah, we made some progress on our asteroid. We tamed the copper volcano, and we have glossy Dreckos now. So we got some plastic production coming up. Yeah, good night, everyone. And if I missed your shout out, I'm sorry. But I do hope you join me again on Wednesday night when I'm back. And yeah, that's it. Send me your asteroids if you want me to take a look on Twitch, or sorry, on stream. I can take a look if you just have something cool to show off, which I'm totally fine with doing. I like learning from your submissions as well. There's a lot of cool things that we can learn from that. Or if you just have some advice that you want for how to navigate your game. So for anything on my about page, I have my email, or you can click this, click the link in the description to get to my Discord, or just type that in this little code here to get to my Discord using the join server function in Discord. So that's it. Thank you guys for being here once again, and I will see you in the next stream.